Hello there. And here was me thinking UN member states had to follow the recommendations of the World Health Organization. Have I got this right? The UN Health Agency, the WHO, states that a medical procedure is safe to be used and is as effective as its makers claim it to be, yet Australia has banned the use of one of those. Is Australia now out of lockstep with WHO orthodoxy? What is going on? According to the Mail, the AZ version of the medical procedure used during the recent health emergency has been, as they put it, quietly discontinued from use in Australia. Quietly discontinued? Why quietly? Are they afraid the WHO will be upset that they disagree with their UN-based overlords? Or could it be that there is a more serious reason, a reason that they don't want the people of Australia to work out for themselves, or maybe even wider than just Australia? But what could that reason be? Why would they feel forced to go against WHO guidance on this? Guidance that we're all meant to trust and follow from a body that we might well be signing our full future health emergency powers over to. And it's also strange that the UK has slowly and quietly decided to start heavily restricting all related medical procedures, isn't it? And as I've said before, remember these were the things governments around the world forced people to take or lose their jobs, all with the blessing of the WHO, the WEF and a lot of very gobby people in the UK media. But now we have this quiet and shifty sidling off with a nothing to see here, move along approach. Wonder whether things like the upcoming court case in Pretoria, South Africa and mounting data on adverse effects has anything to do with it. Now, one organisation that does deserve scrutiny over all of this is the BBC and its very one-sided output during the period in question, with former Supreme Court Justice Lord Sumption saying that the national broadcaster was so worried that the licence fee structure was at risk that it piled in to support anything the government said about the stay-at-home orders. Talking on the Telegraph Planet Normal podcast, he said that he knew for certain that there were differing ideas within the BBC on this enforced stay-at-home issue, but that they chose to back the government line to the hilt, and that people who were sceptical were being antisocial, and there was very little to show that there was an alternative view held by responsible people. And he also said that it was, of course, under threat to its financial model from the government, and it therefore wanted to show that it was good boys. The advice is always to follow the money when looking at these things, isn't it? Now, Nicola Sturgeon's husband, Peter Murrell, was released without charge last night, pending further investigations into the SNP accounts. And there do seem to be a lot of further investigations going on right now, with reports that there have been some 17 police officers going over Sturgeon's house today. As I said yesterday, it does seem a bit of an overkill for a bit of alleged white-collar dodgy accounting, doesn't it? Or are they going to come up with nothing but be able to show how hard the police officers worked to find any evidence, if you get my drift? But Police Scotland is coming under scrutiny over the timing of this particular raid, with senior officers being urged to say whether or not they faced political pressure to delay the procedure until Sturgeon's preferred candidate to replace her, Humza Yousaf, was safely ensconced in post. With one former Health Secretary, Alex Neil, who worked in Sturgeon's first cabinet, saying the police should come clean if any pressure had been applied. Now, there had also been speculation that Sturgeon may have received a tip-off to be out of the property before the police cars rolled up. However, we are reassured by Police Scotland that this was not the case. But one little snippet that you might have missed is that, according to the Telegraph, the police have been investigating high-value transactions within the SNP accounts, and one tangible asset transaction of over 80 grand was described as motor vehicles. Now, if I remember correctly, Peter Murrell himself made a loan of over 100 grand to the party coffers to assist with cash flow, a loan that Sturgeon could not remember anything about and was also not properly declared to the Electoral Commission for a year. All sounds very murky to me. And it has forced Nicola Sturgeon to pull out of a climate change event at the Edinburgh Science Festival tonight. Pull out or push out, I wonder. So it's not just Brexit UK where Google and Amazon redundancies happen. No, France appears to be the land of redundancy at the moment, but redundancy with a big twist for some, because according to reports, Amazon is offering a year's wages to any of its senior staff who opt to leave their company. Yes, Amazon is engaged in shedding some 27,000 jobs across its global operations, all because of the slowdown in internet shopping now that the health emergency is over. But Google is also looking to slim down its workforce, and this has affected both France and Germany as well as the UK, with Bloomberg saying that Google is also offering generous severance packages in France. Now, some will say this is down to there being more worker protections in France, for example, than in the UK. Given that might be true, then why is Amazon paying more to scale down its French operations? Why not just keep the workers ready for the next upturn? Sounds like they're very keen to wind down the French side of their ops for some reason. Maybe they know something about the French economy that the rest of us don't. Although the World Bank is warning, or maybe preparing us for, a global lost decade of growth to come. Richard.
Well done, France. You are showing the world right now. Not just you, the Dutch farmers are as well. And those Canadian truckers, yes. You began this, I believe. Possibly. I mean, okay, we had the yellow vest protests in France. And what we are seeing now in Calais is nothing more than an extension of that. That did not go away. You wouldn't know it by watching the media. You'd think this was purely about the pensions increase that Macron has tried to push through, which he has pushed through, I think. Maybe he hasn't, I don't know. But still, what we're seeing is the people saying no. Unless, of course, you live in the United Kingdom, where there's a lovely barrel where we as a nation all walk up to. And we all bend over the barrel, and the state has its wicked way with us. Yes, that's right. That's the United Kingdom. Apparently, once upon a time, the United Kingdom had an empire, the British Empire. You'd never know it now. Oh my goodness, no. The one thing we excel at now, and we are global leaders in, is apathy. We are fantastic at apathy. No finer country on earth for apathy. There we are. Anyway, you lot, see you again tomorrow at 5:45 for your daily dose of Jeff